Hi, I'm Scott Headley, Professor of Educational Leadership here at George Fox. I'm on sabbatical this fall, and so I've had time to think about this past summer and the upcoming school year. We live in unprecedented times. I don't think there's ever been a time in my professional or personal life that there's been so much disruption as there has been during this time of pandemic. And yet, we're all going on. We're all continuing to adapt and to keep our teaching and serving and leading going, even in these very strange and very difficult times. And at the beginning of September, I've been reflecting on what made a difference for me this past summer working with students. You know, we have these pretty intense semester programs at Fox and Ed Leadership in the summer. Most of them are about 4 to 6 weeks long. And I had the joy and responsibility of teaching in all of our programs this summer, in the Master of Ed, the administrative prep programs, and in our Doctor of Education program. What struck me from my interactions with the participants in my courses was their hope and their commitment to go on. They had a hope expressed in discussion forums and live chats and Zoom meetings. They had this hope that they were going to be able to continue to make a difference for good in the lives of their students and colleagues. And it was a real joy for me to have this realization that we, both faculty and students, held this in common, that we had this mission to educate and to serve and to lead, and that even in this strange time, this time of pandemic, we were going to find ways of continuing to do that important work. But beyond that commitment that we make and the hope that we have, it takes energy to sustain our efforts and a trust that goes beyond trust in happenstance, but a trust that is founded on providence and the eternal principles of love and grace. Those principles that are extended from God to us all, for us all, and for us to share with all. So for me, as I've reflected on that, for me, the energy comes from a refreshment, and a refreshment that I need daily. The rhythm of my life of teaching and serving and leading requires that I go on a continual basis to this well of refreshment, because I want that my life to not only be refreshed and energized, but I want to be aligned with and touched by the presence of God, the very presence of God that's always with me, but often set aside due to my focus on issues and busy agendas, and even my altruistic desire to be helpful and productive. I have to be intentional on a daily and a weekly basis to spend time with God, listening and waiting. And that's why I'm sharing this clip with you today. I want to invite you to join me on a weekly basis for a brief time of worship. Our time will be modeled on a friends meeting for worship, where we will enter into an extended time of silence to listen to the Spirit of God within each of us. You know, in any relationship, we can learn more from listening than we can from speaking. And so I hope you'll join with me to listen to God and allow yourself to get that refreshment of the energy and trust that you need so that you can keep going on a daily and a weekly basis. Let's continue our important work of teaching and leading and serving. And let's support each other in the fashioning of human flourishing in our schools, our communities, our congregations, and the various organizations in which we have influence. Blessings to you.